Hi everybody, this is the tutorial for Elizabeth Taylor. My name's Billy from Piano and Pies. Let's get stuck straight in. We're in standard tuner for this song, and the introduction has a very mellow beginning with 3 chords. The first chord that we need is an A minor chord, which is an open A string, 2 on the D and G, 1 on the B, and an open E string. The second chord that we need is a G6 chord, which is a 3 on the E string, 2 on the A, and then 0 on the remaining strings. However, if you prefer, you can play a G major chord, which has a 3 on the top string. However, to play just like the track, G6 works really well. The third and final chord of the introduction is an F major chord, which is a 3 on the D string, 2 on the G, 1 on the B and E. Now, to play those, it's very mellow. What we're going to do is sustain the chords, as in let them ring out, like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. It repeats. So the introduction, where she sings Elizabeth Taylor, is just, 3 chords played through twice. We then get to the first verse, and the first verse takes those 3 chords and kind of jumbles them up in a way. So it's worth mentioning that if you want the chord chart for this song, which has not only the full structure and all the chords within that structure, but you've got another sheet with the chords and the lyrics matched up. Let's say you're singing or playing along and you need to know which chord goes with which lyric, heading over to Patreon, I've got you covered. For the price of a coffee, you get access to not only this song, but every other song from Taylor Swift's current album, this brand new album that's come out today, and a previous few albums as well, and close to 700 songs of all the latest releases. So tons of content for the price of a coffee. However, digging in with the verse, we have A minor, 1, 2, G6, and F, 2, 3, 4, A minor, 2, G6, and F, up to G. And what we're going to do is make sure to play G major at the end and not G6. So we've got 2 different G chords, G6, and then G major. So I'll just demonstrate that again without me talking over the top of it. Everything I've just played, that is the first verse, if you play it all twice. We then get a very, very small pre-chorus, and that pre-chorus introduces another new chord, so it might be worth checking out that link to Patreon where everything's right out for you. That chord is E minor, which is an open E string, 2 on the A and D, and then 0 on the remaining strings. And what we do is we sustain the E minor once, and then F major for once. 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4. So we get to the chorus, that's where things really start to build up. And what we have is A minor, G, an F major, A minor, G, F to G. So this is very similar to the verse, except there's no G6, it's all G majors, and we're strumming through it. And again, because there's not a huge amount of guitar in this song, what we can do is come up with our own guitar parts, or our own strumming, should I say. And what I'm doing for this, what I think works well with the track, for every chord, down, 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 up. I think that works really well for the track. Notice how that F gets 2 lots of that pattern, because it gets a full bar to itself. So I'm going to slowly play through that chorus just once, without me talking over the top of it, slowly, so you can see how my right hand, my plectrum hand, is playing those chords. Now at the end of the chorus, there's 1 bar of no instruments before it links into the second verse. Speaking of the second verse, we're getting a bit of repetition now. The second verse is literally chord for chord the same as the first verse. So just looking over to my notes, which is what's available on Patreon, that second verse, A minor to G6 and F, A minor, G6, F to G. So yeah, lots of repetition going on there. In fact, the pre-chorus, E minor to F, same again. The chorus repeats itself from the first chorus, so we're going to skip over that part. There's then a post-chorus, but the post-chorus is just the same as the chorus, just one time round. The only real difference is that it sounds like a longer version of the chorus, but just different lyrics. Now we have something different. We have the bridge. And the first half of the bridge is absolutely nothing. You have 4 bars of just nothing really. I think it's just drums and vocals, and we can chill out for 4 bars, put your feet up and have a Kit Kat if you want. But what we have to do on the 5th bar is play D minor. So D minor is an open D string, 2 on the G, 3 on the B, 1 on the high E. And we'll play that for a bar. Then E minor, then D again, and then we get an E7 chord, short for E dominant 7. Not to be confused with the E minor chord that we've already played. E7 is an open E string, 2 on the A, 0 on the D, 1 on the G, and then 0, 0 on the B and E. So I'm going to play the second half of that bridge in one go without me talking. We then have more good news. We've got more repetition. There is a chorus, post-chorus, which is just all the same as before, so we'll just skip over that. And then we have an outro, and the outro is just the same as the chorus, really. A minor, 2, G, F, 2, 3, A minor, G, F to G, and you can finish with an A minor chord. So there we go, that's everything you need to get through this song by Taylor Swift. If you're interested in the rest of the album, I've made videos for it, so yeah, feel free to check out the channel and consider getting that extra material over on Patreon, which helps you get through the full song without having to try and write it down or memorise it and potentially making some mistakes. I also want to say a quick thanks to the people floating by on the screen. Those folks are my active patrons, so the moment this video goes live, they've got access to that content straight away. So thanks to them for their support, thanks to you for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.